Come here, Muppet. Oh, what is that? What is that?
Hey.
Yeah.
He is. He's very talkative, little wolf. He's a very talkative little wolf. He's a very talkative little wolf, isn't he? Yes, he is. All I do is turn to his side. Often people think it's a really great idea to own a wolf. They think it's cool. And in many cases, we see animals being turned over to shelters because they can't handle it, because either they didn't understand fully the needs of the animal, or they have jobs that don't allow them to be home a lot. So a lot of people find themselves in the predicament, and when they take them to shelters, there's a lot of counties in the U.S. where wolf dogs are illegal, some even statewide. So if they end up in those shelters and they don't reach out to a rescue network that one we belong to, then they could potentially be euthanized. Personally, don't believe we should be breeding them. That's my personal opinion. I'm on the computer every day trying to rescue wolf dogs, trying to place them somewhere, and too many die. So it's called High Desert Wolf, and it's in Ravendale, California, and it's a woman named Debbie who is in a situation where she has 161 dogs. And a lot of these dogs that are there have had no other human interaction other than with Debbie. So they're going to be fearful, they're going to shy, they're going to require a lot of patience, love, and a lot of them could have good lives. So the challenge right now is finding places for all these dogs. We just placed quite a few dogs here locally in Clarkdale, Arizona at Pets Return Home. They took all the mothers and the puppies, which was great, some pregnant females as well. And we're working at some other locations as well as individual adopters, and that's where the screening process is really, really important, because we definitely don't want to pull them from one bad situation only to put them into potentially another situation. So I traveled and testified in court last Friday to get an extension because the due date to have all those dogs rehomed was last Friday, and then Lassen County was going to go in and seize them all and euthanize whatever dogs were left on the property. And I put my name on paper and said I was doing my very best, along with several other amazing people and groups involved in this rescue, and that we were going to try and place as many before the deadline of November 6th into them, which is really November 2nd, because that they want to come in and seize on a Friday, and then they would euthanize over the weekend. So it's a lot of work, and it's very emotional, and you gotta be resourceful, because things are gonna go wrong. It's a massive, massive rescue. I'd like to think we could place them all. If we're not successful, I will not let the county come in and take those dogs, because they come in with catch poles and just yank them out and all that. We will do whatever humanely possible. And it's really hard for me to think about at that moment, because right now I'm living, eating, breathing this rescue. So I hate to even go there, but as a last stop, I would rather have it be done humanely on property with the only person they ever knew than to be ripped out of their homes and have the last few hours of their life be so traumatic and stressful. So, but like I said, that's the last resort, absolutely. It is a lot to take on. We recently had a slew of animals come through the Humane Society and Animal Control that had been labeled wolf dogs, and they weren't even close to wolf dogs. They were intended to be euthanized, and thankfully our partner over at Pets Return Home, Mark, works with us, and so we pull those dogs, and then they have a life and a chance, and they get rehabilitated and rehomed. So we're going to start educating actually local shelters and animal control on how to phenotype these dogs. And once people meet them and actually interact with them, like you saw, giving you a kiss and things like that, they begin to understand that wolves in general are not these vicious animals. If anything, as you experience, they're quite shy. Right now, I just finished a book called Canine Transcendence, where they talk about how wolf and man came together in the Ice Age during that very bad time when most species died, and they survived, right? So it's kind of fascinating that our original man's best friend is now perceived by many as their worst enemy.